Hey guys, it's Bailey and Lacey back at ya with a look back at this year's decade, the 30s.
First, we will take a look at some major events that happened throughout the year. We will teach you guys a dance and we will even play a famous 1930s song.
And now to Julia and Seth to start you off with the 1930s.
Alright guys, it's now February and there are reports of at least 4 million people unemployed and the number just keeps rising.
Information is now coming in about NASA discovering a new planet that they are calling Pluto after the Greek god of the underworld.
On September 17, 1930, Ray Lynn Wilbur, Secretary of the President, created a project to start the Hoover Dam, which was supposed to help create jobs for people struggling during this time of need.
The painting, American Gothic, is a 1930 painting by Grant Wood which greatly depicts American life during this time of sadness, even only years after the stock market crashes.
Now back to Bailey and Lacey to tell you about 1931.
On March of 1931, President Hoover and Congress approved the Star-Spangled Banner as the national anthem.
May 1st of 1931, the Empire State Building opens for the first time in the U.S., which is the tallest building in the world at this time right now.
Some Americans in the U.S. believe that another stock market crash is due as Britain is now leaving the gold standard behind. Oh my gosh, the gold standard is a form of currency where the basic unit is fixated on a quantity of gold. And now back to Seth and Julia with 1932.
Sometime on the night of March 1st, 1932, Charles Lindbergh's infant son was kidnapped from his home as police reports are filed and search warrants are issued.
May 21st, 1932, Amelia Earhart is the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean and landed in Ireland, and she got several awards for her bravery.
Franklin D. Roosevelt accepts his nomination as Democratic president and proposes the New Deal at the Democratic National Convention on July 7, 1932, and eventually in November wins the election over Herbert Hoover.
Now back to Bailey and Lacey.
With 1933.
January 30th of 1933, Adolf Hitler becomes Chancellor of Germany. This rise in power becomes a turning point for the world.
On March 3rd, 1933, the new U.S. president gave his first radio chat broadcast all across America, explaining his social standings and intentions for the country. For the first time in 15 years since Prohibition, beer with up to 3.2 alcohol is legalized in America on April 7th, 1933.
Back to Seth and Julia with 1934.
A violent rally breaks out between socialists and communists in New York City on February of 1934.
A dust storm in the states of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, and many others ravages and this forced thousands of families out of their home. This leaves the land unsuitable for farming for the next 9 years, which is devastating for farmers and their families. This event is more well known as the Dust Bowl, which took place throughout the 30s.
And back to Bailey and Lacey with 1935.
Telephone call was made worldwide from New York all the way to England on April 25th, 1935.
Germany revoked citizenship of Jews. With the Olympic Games being held in 1935, German government turned down anti-Jewish hatred so that organizers
don't transfer them to a different country.
Now back to Seth and Julia with 1936.
An all-black cast for the play Macbeth is organized by Orson Welles for the Negroes People Theater. Both New York Times and New York Daily praised the production of the play on April 16, 1936.
Owen Jesse, an African-American athlete, wins 4 gold medals at the Berlin Games in 1936 in front of Adolf Hitler, who has been trying to restore the
Aryan
race.
And now back to Bailey and Lacey with 1937.
A record of rainfall overflows the Ohio River, which leaves over 1 million Americans homeless and $250 billion in damage to property. Radio broadcasts asking for rescue crews and supplies flooded
The radio.
for weeks as it was their only way of communication.
On January 20th, 1937, Roosevelt is inaugurated for the second time, and his focus is mainly on the forgotten, lost America.
The Hindenburg, a German airship traveling to attend the coronation festivities in London, crashes in New Jersey, killing 36 people.
Picture. Amelia Earhart attempts to be the first to fly across the world as a solo woman, but fails when she mysteriously crashes off the coast of Howland Island.
On December 21st, 1937, Disney
Lacey, say it in a regular voice.
released its first color film.
Nobody can understand what you're
We're leaving it in there.
Snow White and
Okay, go to the...
And now back to Seth and Julia with 1938.
By 1938, almost 80% of Americans owned a household radio, as it was their main form of communication during this time.
And now, we will take a short break to listen to a form of the song, Heart and Soul, by Larry Quinn, performed by our very own on the piano, Ailey and myself. The song was released in 1938. Back to Bailey and Lacey for 1939.
With World War II just beginning, Roosevelt claims U.S.'s neutrality and hopes to stay out of the war.
The New York World Fair was held for the first time in April of 1939. It showcases the first television. This means big things as entertainment and technology keep developing throughout the U.S.
Even though the Charleston was invented in the 20s.
It was still a very popular dance in the 30s.
So come on and get out of your seats, we're going to teach you the Charleston. Alright guys, you can either do this solo
Or with a partner.
Let's go. So you're going to start on 2 feet, and then you're going to take 1 step forward, and then tap with your other foot, and then take 1 step back
With the same foot.
with the same foot, and then tap again. And then step and tap and step and tap and step and tap, step. Once you feel like you've got that down, you can add arm movements. You just go sway back and forth. So like this. Okay.
And then, if you want to do it with that was solo. If you want to do it with a partner, you start out like this.
So, and then you just do the same thing, but with your partner. You gotta be in sync though.
One person goes back and one person goes forward. So
So-
Julia's gonna go back first.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Step and tap and step and tap and step and tap and step.
And then after a while,
You switch to the arm movements. Hey guys, you can either do this solo
or with a partner.
your choice. Let's go!
No.
Ocean and landed in Ireland. She got several awards.
Oh my gosh, that was funny. Start yours over,
I
Seth.
am. And landed in Ireland, she got several. Lacey.
Okay, Seth, when you're going into a new sentence, take a break. Okay?
Stop laughing.
No, you go. She landed in Ireland. She. Shut up. Yup. Thanks, guys.
I'll take that chair.
I have
We can
like
play
no
bumper.
protection.
Lacey, you want to play bumper cars?
I gotta be taller. Okay, let's go. I feel weird actually. Okay.
Boy.
Okay, well someone has to start.
It's
Wait, you-
going.
It's been going for a minute. Okay. A violent rally breaks out between.
Okay,
Leave.
you need to
Go.
go. We're not gonna get anything done this time.
Well, you were the one sitting on your
Shut
iPad
up.
trying to do stuff for like 15 minutes.
And this forced thousands of families out of their homes. This leaves the land unsuitable for farming and
Turn the camera. Turn the camera. Okay. End it.
no, I have to say the last one.
What's?
We're done.
Okay, that's good.
No, you're not.
Yes, we are.
You have to introduce us.
With the, is it with 1935?
35.
Lacey?
Germany revoked citizenship of Jews, with the Olympic Games being
I can't zoom in anymore.
Is it bolded?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll just try again. Lacey, stop that. Okay.
Lacey!
Germany revoked citizenship of Jews.
You're leaving that in there after you say that.
What?
You're leaving that in there after you say that. The laugh after you say Jews.
Sorry. Germany revoked citizenship of Jews, with the Olympic Games being held in 1935.
Lacey! Gosh dang it. Knock it off.
Stop it.
Stop
All black cast for the play Macbeth is organized. Say that. Macbeth?
Macbeth.
Macbeth.
That's dark.
As an all. Oh, shoot. And now back to Bailey and Lacey with 1936.
7.
Dang it.
Redo that.
And now back to Bailey and Lacey.
Ready?
That's fine.
Why you so obsessed with me? Boy, I wanna know.
Okay.
Why? A record of rainfall.
I believe you. Okay. You.
It's recording.
Oh, you need to delete that before the tachometer.
Let's go in the bloopers.
No, there's not gonna be a blooper. Stop.
No!